What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another GGF video, and today we'll be doing something a little bit different. And yes, Fractal Design have finally released their first gaming chair, and this is called the Refine. In this video, I'll go over everything you need to know about the specs of the chair, the material used, the different colors, and so on. So let's jump in and get started. The Refine comes in either black or gray, or as Fractal are calling it, dark and light, with the option of either fabric or mesh. The one we'll be looking at today is the mesh variant in the light color. Putting the chair together was very straightforward, and everything came in a rather large box. A simple quick start poster can be found at the top, but a more detailed manual is provided. I'm not going to go into step by step on how to set the chair up, but from my experience, it was really the same as all other chairs I've assembled and didn't encounter any issues along the way. As I have the mesh chair, I cannot comment on the fabric variant, but I find the mesh to be of a good quality, and for the short time I've been using the chair, I see no signs of wear. Fractal do include a 5-year warranty, which covers the chair's structure, and then 3 years on upholstery and cover materials. To get some quick specs out of the way, the Refine has a weight capacity up to 125 kilograms and a recommended user height of up to 2 meters. The Refine incorporates a synchro tilt feature and is designed in a way that the back and seat recline opens up the angle of the torso as users lean back. This is to help circulation and fatigue. Fractal states that on other gaming chairs, this angle is fixed. Before I talk about all the chair's adjustments, one area that straight away caught my attention were the wheels. The Refine features an aluminum 5-star base, so it's quite light, but I found the way this chair rolls is so much smoother than on the other chairs I have. They're also very quiet, as instead of being hard plastic like other casters, they seem to also incorporate rubber to help absorb sound. For adjustability and measurements, I'll go over the main ones, as there are so many to cover, I'll be here for days. I'll add some shots at the end of the video of all the measurements. One thing to note are the below figures are for the mesh chair only. They do differ slightly on the fabric model. The Refine has a seat height from 490mm to 610mm with a seat pad width of 550mm and with a depth of 465mm. Adjusting the seat height is done on the right side via the first paddle. The seat also has an adjustable depth of 450mm to 505mm, and this is controlled via the right second paddle. The chair features 4D armrests, and here we have up and down movement from 145mm to 255mm. Left and right movement, giving the armrest to armrest gap from 430 to 560mm. Back and forward motion, as well as slight rotation. The armrest padding is a rubber material and is quite soft. The back has 45-degree tilt with the tensioning knob, while also featuring free tilt and lockable positions, which are controlled via the left paddle. The Refine also features lumbar support across all models. Personally, I've never liked the feel of this and have never used any lumbar support, and that's probably why I have a bad back. The lumbar support height can be adjusted 120mm, while the depth 20mm. The lumbar support seems to have some gel padding, which definitely feels nicer than on other chairs where it's plastic. The last feature I want to cover is the headrest, and I think Fractal have done a great job here. I've used many chairs before, and these are either secured on via straps, or on the latest variants, they use magnets. The Refine's headrest is different and I think better than anything I've used before. The headrest can be completely removed via the button at the top, push it down, and off it pops. To attach it again, just push it back into the slots. And there's more. The headrest has 120mm of height adjusting. So overall, I've been testing this chair for about a week. Now I can't give you my honest opinion on how well this chair is, because I think a week just is not enough time to actually grow into a chair, especially a nice chair like this. So it's going to take a couple of months. When I first sat in this chair, I was like, oh, this feels a bit different. I had to adjust it, had to tweak it, and so on. I do have a lot of other expensive chairs, and I am comfortable with those, and those feel right. So to go into a completely new chair, it's never going to feel 100% perfect. It's going to take time. So maybe in 6 months, I can do a follow-up to see how it went, see how my back went, see how my legs feel, see how the overall experience was, and also things like testing it for a week. I can't really check out things like the wear, how it went, how the fabric held up, did it get any marks, any rips or anything. Obviously 1 week, that's a super short time to really test something. It's not like a PC case where I can just test it, test everything, and then give my final thoughts. So this will take time and so on to actually know how it's going to feel. But overall, I feel like it's a pretty good chair. And then one last little gripe I have is how Fractal Design, nothing to do with the chair, how they've named it. They've targeted this as a gaming chair. Now this chair oozes Fractal Design. Like, it just matches perfectly with this setup, the aesthetic. It's nice and pleasing, it's calming. I've added the wood grain on the tabletop here. This is the Era 2, that's a new chassis coming out next week. That's got a bit of wood on it. And then I've got a nice clean setup. And this chair really goes with that theme. Now, to target this as a gaming chair, I don't really think it fits in. And it's not just that, it's the reputation and the name that gaming chairs have on the internet. Whenever you see online, someone's like, I'm after a gaming chair, everyone straight away says, don't get a gaming chair, get this, get an ergonomic chair. And maybe that's the route that Fractal could have gone down. He's targeted this as an ergonomic chair rather than a gaming so-called chair, because I don't think this has anything to do with gaming. Well, it's a chair, you can use it for whatever you want, but to target it towards gaming, I really don't think that is right. Now, finally, I want to come down to the price. You're looking at $550 US for both of the materials. That's the fabric and the mesh, and that is the light and the dark as well. So that's not too bad. And then there is a third model, which I didn't mention, and it's pronounced Edelkrone. I think that's a fancy suede. I had to look it up online, and that is $899, $900 US for that one. And that's just the same chair, just the fancier material, which I have no idea what it's about or what it does. It's just fancier and it's going to cost more, obviously. So basically, for the price point of this $550, I think that's right in the medium ground. It's not in your super cheap like 200 minus or 300 minus chairs, and it's not up there with your Herman Millers and so on. I think they've sort of targeted that Secret Lab and Noble chairs at that $550 mark. Now, Secret Lab, I believe they do have some cheaper, but they've been doing this for a long time. So has Noble chairs. So they have so many different SKUs of chairs. They have that freedom and flexibility, and they also have a lot more different materials as well on their chairs. So they also have the real leather, and then they have the slightly more affordable options as well. So that's why they'll have a larger range. But I think Fractal have pretty much nailed it on the head, coming in around $550. You might think that's a lot. You might think I'm crazy saying that it's quite reasonable, but you have to remember there are chairs that are over $1,000. So to come in at $550 seems like a lot, but overall they're kind of going towards their competitors, I think, really well. But anyway, that's it for this video. I want to thank Fractal for sending this out. I want to thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one.